Hi chess players, I hope you are healthy and well. Today's video we are going to do a brief introduction to tactics. Let's check it out. Chess is a game of strategy and creating long-term plans, ways to mobilize your pieces in order to overwhelm your opponent's army. But a lot of games are won with just one or two moves that win material very quickly. So today we're going to do an introduction to tactics. So what is a tactic? A tactic is a maneuver in chess that takes advantage of short-term opportunities. So as opposed to a long-term strategy, tactics are normally a combination of a single or several moves that either win material or checkmate their opponent. So today we're going to be looking at one of the most common forms of a tactic, and that is a double attack. As the name implies, a double attack is an attack against two pieces or pawns at the same time. So in this position, it's the white pieces to move, and white has a double attack that they can create. So feel free to pause the video, set up a board at home, and try to find the tactic, the double attack for the white pieces. Okay, so notice that on the E file, white's rook is lined up with the black queen, but the bishop is in the way. So any place that white moves this bishop, the rook will then have an attack on the queen. And we call this a discovered attack because it's not the piece that we move that's doing the attacking, but the bishop opened up a line for the rook, which is now attacking the queen. And again, that's a discovered attack. So anywhere white moves that bishop will create a discovered attack on black's queen. But there is a good square to move the bishop that will create another threat simultaneously. So the winning move for white is to move the bishop to a6, creating a double attack, the bishop threatening the rook, and the discovered attack of rook attacking the queen. And white is going to win material because of this double attack. We know that a queen is more valuable than a rook, so black is most likely going to protect that queen by moving it somewhere. The problem for black is there's not a good square that will protect the rook, and white is simply going to capture it. For example, if the queen moves, the bishop can simply capture the rook and win that piece. And you might be wondering, is there a place to move the queen that will protect the rook? And there just isn't a good spot, because if we move back, we're still under attack by the rook. And if we move to the D file, we can be captured by the white queen. And even trying to offer a queen trade will result in the loss of the rook after queen captures queen, pawn captures queen, and bishop will capture that rook. So that is an example of a double attack and a discovered attack, and they're really, it's a really good way to win pieces in chess. So keep your eyes open for ways to make multiple threats in one move. Let's take a look at another example. In this position, again, it's white to move, and white has a double attack. So notice that white's rook is on the same file as the black knight, and anywhere that the king moves will create a discovered attack on the knight. So where can we move our king that will attack another piece, creating a double attack? Feel free to pause your video and find the move for white that creates a double attack. And the winning move for white is king to e3, with a discovered attack on black's knight and an additional threat of the king capturing the knight. And there is simply no way to protect both of black's knights. They're going to lose one of those. For instance, if you move one knight, white will simply capture the other knight. And if you move the other knight, because we have a double attack, the rook can capture the knight on d8. So keep your eyes open for double attacks and discovered attacks, because sometimes it doesn't seem like a piece is going to be able to capture another piece if there are pieces in the way. But where might you move that piece to create another threat and maybe a double attack? Thanks for tuning in to today's video and introduction to tactics, and I hope to see you next time.